Hey everyone, this is Wheeze. I'm back from being sick, although I'm still sick. But you probably can't hear it in my voice. With me as always is Boom.
Hyrule.
Yes.
He got out of the ditch.
Apparently he's fireproof.
Dang.
And Pyrolus.
Ramen Cat did set him on fire. I'm surprised he's still here.
I was, yeah. He wanted to purge me of my sickness.
If
so
you
he let
weren't
me on
aware,
fire.
which I don't know how you weren't aware, Pyrolus or Ramen Cat said he hit you, threw you in a ditch, and then set you on fire.
Like he ran.
Yeah,
your
that's
car off
because
the
I
road.
was sick and he wanted to cure me of my plague.
I guess it worked.
Subarashi.
You're like a cockroach.
Or
Yeah.
a phoenix. My phoenix army will reign.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyways, so you're doing better.
A little bit, yeah.
Like,
I thought about not coming today, but then 'cause
what?
I didn't sleep last night.
I didn't
very
sleep
much.
either.
And then
I'm still here.
and then I woke up today.
I went to
And I
bed
was
at like
like-
8 o'clock last night.
Wow. No wonder you haven't watched any anime.
It's not my fault. Like I didn't sleep at all from Saturday to like Sunday.
Yeah.
And then Monday I get home. And the first thing, which I got home late because one of my friends wanted me to help them pick out a muffler for their car, for their supercar they got. And my Mima, as soon as I got home, was like, "You're going to bed right now." Because she knows I've been up for like, with like barely any sleep. I'm like, "Do I have to?" And she's like, "You're going to eat. And then you're going to bed."
It's just like Bunny Girl.
Kinda, yeah. You know, I was like, okay.
Besides, we're not nearly as romantic.
I was like, okay, I guess. So I ate, and I was really tired. So yeah, as soon as I hit the bed, I was like, all right, I'm gone.
As somebody of insomnia, it is actually really nice when you are so tired that you just hit the bed and you're gone.
Yeah.
I woke up.
That's a great feeling.
I woke up with the biggest headache ever.
That does happen to you. You feel like you've had 12 pints of like
It's the only way I can get the closest I can ever get to
a hangover.
a hangover.
Yeah, I know that.
So then I woke up the next day. I was like, oh, my head hurts so bad. I go to work and then I go home like, I'm still really tired. I'm going to bed again. So last night I went to bed at 8, woke up at 5 in the morning. I'm like, what kind of black magic is this? I'm going back to bed. So I did that too.
Nice. So you probably, Wheeze, you
Yeah.
probably haven't been sleeping because you've been editing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you've got 2 more days.
Partially. I've been editing like crazy. I have this huge project coming up.
So last week I wanted to talk to you about a bunch of stuff,
But you
and
Yeah.
weren't here.
And I want
So we're gonna have to catch up. So I wanted to ask, how's the abridge going?
it's going well. I
Cool.
showed you one scene of it.
It was
I
great.
love it.
You showed me
laughed.
too.
I've
seen
showed
two,
yeah,
yeah.
I've seen,
I seen the
I
launch
have
scene.
updated that scene since I showed it to you.
The
Have
launch
you?
scene.
Yeah.
What'd you change?
I added like music or something.
Ah, got you.
He removed everything that
I
Boom's voice
removed-
was.
Yeah.
He just moved Boom.
I'm like, hey guys, this is all of you. And then I just dubbed it all over with my own voice. You all sucked.
Hey man, I was not the best in that, but
No, you were great. Some of your lines are really good.
yeah, okay. I'll be the judge of
The
that.
thing is like maybe you suck overall voice acting, but like I can pick out the one line that's like really good, morph it and edit it in, and then it's like this sounds great.
So did you morph me as Professor Osmond actually sounding good? Because that was the one time I actually liked my voice.
I just cut like I just took the best takes of whatever. So
Maybe I just don't like my face.
I didn't screw
Your face?
Maybe I just don't like my face. That's why I don't like my voice. So you're reminded of my stupid face. Seeing as Professor Osmond, I'm like, that's a man I can trust. That's a man I can follow.
Yeah. I also found these awesome music tracks on YouTube. There's this like you can go to the free music thing, and I
Yeah.
found these one music tracks. I'm like, this is really good. I wonder what else this guy's done. And I listened to his other music. I'm like, all this guy's music is freaking awesome. What the heck? I check him out. And it's like he only posted these 1 year in like 2018 or something. So I checked him out and it's like this guy has made music for like big TV shows on like national television and
Really?
stuff. And then it was like I was hired by YouTube to make some random like sound effects for people to use freely. And I'm like, this is so sick. No wonder this music's great.
That's cool. YouTube's sound catalog and like music library is actually pretty good.
It's surprisingly good. Yeah.
It's really
There's
good, yeah.
times I look at it, and if it wasn't for the fact of using their library for like podcasting was a little sketchy,
Yeah.
especially if you have it on other channels, I probably wouldn't even pay for our music license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. It's really nice.
Yeah.
They their sound effect thing is a little low, but it still works fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it's been coming along. I've been working on that like crazy and basically doing nothing else. So
Nice.
it's like, oh, I've got chores and stuff to do today. Do that. And then I'm just working on my video like
Hey,
all
you've got
day
a girlfriend. You can
for
have her do that.
hours. I did actually. Yeah,
All right, there we go.
Wow.
There we go.
I was sick. That was my excuse.
Yeah,
I was
you've got a
sick.
girlfriend that works a full-time job while you sit at home and have her do the chores.
Exactly. Like, hey,
I
I'm
think
sick,
we
can you
call
come over
that,
and do
what's the word?
dishes?
What's the word? Gold digger.
No, that's where you marry like someone older and then have them die.
He is older.
No, like if he were to marry like an old lady, like an
Yes.
old rich lady.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't
Yeah.
work the other
yeah.
way.
Well, we
Well,
would call
maybe
him-
she hopes you get famous.
Well, what
Exactly.
we
And
would
then
call
she
him-
would transition into a gold digger.
we call him a deadbeat.
Yeah, deadbeat.
Yeah,
Not
I
a
t-
dad yet, but
I
a
told her, I
deadbeat.
was like, don't worry, I can't break up with you because I have to have you record for this video.
After
You're
that,
put-
all bets are off.
Yeah.
You're putting her to work. You're using her voice. You're using her to
I
do
make
things for
I
you.
make two like
And you tell her that this is the reason why I'm not breaking up with you.
yes.
The goal of this man.
I know. I'm like
One would say
I'm the
he's
main
using
character.
her mind, body, and soul.
I'm the main character of Buddy Girl. I'm just like saying whatever. But yeah, it's
Nice.
been coming along. It's been good.
Very nice.
It's super
So-
fun. It's also extremely frustrating, but
The
mostly
editing
fun.
is.
Editing lip flaps is so tedious and annoying.
How are you editing
boom.
them?
I'm
Like,
not
are you, like,
exactly. I'm
freeze
not
framing
doing
it?
the frames to frame. I'm mostly just manipulating what's already there. So I'll take him speaking, and then it's like there's a pause here, so I'll put in the like close lip flap for a minute because I'm not good enough
So-
to actually frame by frame animate it like they
Right.
do. So I'm just trying to match it up close as I can, copy it, manipulate it, and like
So, like, what you're doing is you take like a scene of them talking,
yeah,
and then you'll cut out like there's a mouth closed, there's a mouth open, and then you'll also have like a scene where they're actually just up
Yep.
and down, and then you'll put that there, and then when they pause, you'll
yeah.
just,
I'll
like,
put the closed.
Nah, it makes sense. That's how I would do it because it's
Yeah.
the simplest way of
It
starting
is,
out.
yeah, it's way easier. I think it looks pretty decent too, because a lot of abridges look really awkward because their mouth is just like
Yeah.
So like I like it's kind of like a dub. Is how
Yeah,
I'm doing
full on professional dubs, as far as I know, they actually reanimate the mouth.
it. Yeah, I think
I believe
I think most of them don't, but I think some of them do.
most of them at least re-edit it so that way the mouth is it at least starts and stops when the sentence is
Yeah.
stops. So at the very least, because I don't know, I get bored when I'm watching anime. 'Cause
Yeah.
of course I do, and I just stare at the mouth. sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, boom.
Well-
Edit this.
I don't have
know.
to edit that. My
So-
filters
No,
just
A
edit
lot
edit
of
that
times
out.
they'll
Edit it.
also have voice
Edit my mouth
actors
flaps.
match up to the
Yeah.
screen,
Mhm.
which I think is bad and makes bad voice acting, but it is what they do a lot of times.
Yeah, that's true.
What's
That would
really
make
bad is in
really-
animated movies, like professional animated movies, where they actually do that. They have the voice actors match up to the already animated lip flaps. That's really bad.
That would be weird. I could not
That's
see.
so bad. I hate that.
Could you imagine a Disney movie where they did that?
Yeah. Ugh.
Although they probably already make.
I think they have. I think there's some like DreamWorks movies that they've
I
done
can see
that too.
that.
It's like,
DreamWorks or what's the other one?
it's so awful.
It's DreamWorks and then
Pixar.
Pixar.
Yeah.
Well, Pixar's Disney now.
Everything's Disney now.
Everything is Disney.
Unless it's Illumination.
Dude, Fox.
That's what it was. Illumination.
Yeah.
Fox was bought by Disney.
That's
Fox
true.
was. I thought it was partially bought.
No, Fox is owned by Disney.
fully owned now.
Yeah, that's why like I don't trust like for example, I don't think that media in general has just one view because they're all owned by left side corporations.
Yeah, it's true.
Disclaimer, I don't care what political party you are. I just don't like having all one political party holding the power of the entire media.
Cool. Now we're canceled. Uncanceled in the same sentence.
Exactly. I put the disclaimer in.
Here we go.
I'm not right wing, I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's cool. I'm glad it's going easily for you.
Yeah. It's coming along.
Nice.
It's really
So, did you at least finish Made in Abyss and Licorice Recoil?
I did finish Made in Abyss and Lycoris Recoil.
Okay, cool.
Lycoris Recoil is mediocre.
It ended okay.
I liked the ending. It was fine. It was okay.
I
I think
don't like the fact that they freaking are like they have it open for a season 2.
yeah, they do. They definitely do, which is kind of cool. So they could continue it because I feel like they skipped the most interesting part of the show, which was like the world.
Yeah.
They were like, we're gonna focus on these lame characters. And it's like I don't care about these lame characters. I hate the show more than I probably would otherwise. And it's super forgettable for me. Like I don't really care about it. But like I keep getting comments that are just like, this show is good. What's your problem? Like it kind of sucks.
Man, you made the internet mad.
I did. It's my most popular video.
That's cool.
By
You should make a
quite a
follow-up
bit.
like, well, guys, I watched the entire thing. Now to give my final thoughts on it. Yeah, it's still pretty bad.
Yeah, I know. I've been thinking about it. To be fair, the short that I made of it has gotten way more hate than the actual full video. Because in the
Okay.
full video, I'm like, yeah, the pacing kind of sucks. It feels rushed. It feels awkward. I don't like the characters. And but it's fine. And like you could watch it if you like these things. And in the short, it was just like the one part where I'm like, the pacing sucks and the characters suck. And so I've gotten a bunch of like hate comments on my short, which has like 8,000 views or something.
Wow.
But
Hey, soon you can monetize that.
yeah, I know. But my video is also doing well, but it has a little bit less hate comments on it, but still some. Other people are just like, I disagree. I think it's good because of this. I'm like, cool. I'm glad you liked it. It just kind of sucked for me.
I like when people actually debate instead of, you know nothing.
I know. It's like, you idiot. This is bad.
I can't believe.
Although
you would
I
bring
have
this to
gotten
me.
comments that were like, this is a bad take. And then someone else comments under that. And it's like, well, after seeing these episodes, I kind of agree. It's really rushed and garbage. I'm like, yay.
It's weird how people like will instantly just jump to a conclusion and then type it in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I guess I'm not the type of person that can do that. I don't like instinctively like just type something out.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna type something out, I have to plan it.
Like I can understand some people are really annoying when they talk about like, oh, this anime just sucks and it's bad and whatever.
Yeah.
And they don't really explain anything about it. And it's like, I try to not do that. I try to explain I don't like the pacing because I don't care about the characters.
Right.
And so, and stuff like that, where it's like, I didn't have any connection to the characters. So I think the pacing is bad. And that's why I wish the pacing was better. It's not just like this anime is trash. Don't watch it. And then at the end, I was like, you could watch this show. It's like, it's fine. But, I had way too high expectations because I watched reviews and stuff on it. People were like, this show is amazing. It's absolutely incredible. And then I started it and it was like, okay, this first episode was fine, but felt kind of awkward and rushed.
Yeah.
And then the second episode was like, oh, this is good. Third episode was this is good. And fourth episode came and I was like, oh, what the heck?
You got to the point where you're just like, I got a feeling this is it.
Yeah.
This is all they have, and this is what's going to be up until episode 13.
Yeah,
12 or whatever it was.
The ending was fine too. Like it wrapped up some of the stuff, but it was just there was so much in the middle that was just pointless nonsense.
Yeah.
That like even the one episode where there was that like old guy that was like a being controlled or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That had no purpose. Like
No, it didn't.
There was so much of it that really had no purpose and was just kind of there. It felt like we're gonna have a few things. We're gonna try to force you to like these characters, and then we're gonna threaten that Chisato might die, and then everything's gonna work out and you'd be happy. The villain was cool. I like the villain.
The villain was amazing.
Villain was sick. He just shows up at Chisato's house and just
Yeah.
talks to her and then leaves.
I also like the ending scene. I think it's been a while where we can kind of spoil it. So spoilers for this, for the ending specifically.
Yeah.
The ending scene where they're all getting into the elevator
Mm.
and he just like yanks her out.
Yeah.
And then just like pulls the P90 out
That
and just
was
like
sick,
open
yeah.
fires in the elevator. I was like, that's sick.
Man, I really hate Takina. Takina is the worst.
Takina sucks.
She's so annoying.
All
Just like
the other Lycorises, just they're bland.
yeah.
And I just don't like them.
Takina is just so bland. She's like more bland than all the other ones.
Yeah.
And then she's like just freaks out whenever Chisato is in danger. And it's like, uh.
She's like that Kudere. She was supposed to be that Kudere, right?
Mhm.
But then they tried giving her too much emotion with
Yeah.
no character development.
Yeah.
So now she just has outbursts of emotion
And then
and
just,
it makes no sense.
yeah, and then just does nothing.
Yeah.
I also think it's funny that they teased Yuri, like really, like
Yeah.
they knew what they were doing the whole time
Yeah.
and never paid it off. So
Yep.
people got really mad at it.
Somebody even edited.
There was like some death threats or something because of it. It's like
Put
it's,
more Yuri.
it's so stupid.
I think the ending scene where they hug like on the beach.
Yeah.
Somebody edited it where they're both kissing or something like that. They're like, the fans were desperate for Yuri. You know how many gifs there are of Takina running into Chisato's butt?
Yeah.
And that one scene where they like bump into each other.
Yeah.
They're like, this proves
It was so
it's Yuri.
cringe. They did it. They were just like, hey, look at this. This is cute. You're gonna like them. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And it's like, it was like, I don't know. I knew they weren't gonna do it. I could tell from the beginning that they weren't gonna have any Yuri connection. It was just gonna be like how it was, like just the weird.
We're
awkward-
best friends.
We're best friends, kinda. Also, we fight a lot, and also we're just cute. Yay!
Yay. But you know what was a good show? And
Yes.
I'm glad that it turned out really good.
Yes.
Was Made in
Made in Abyss is amazing.
It was great.
It-
I cried for 46 minutes. I
Man.
don't know why.
The ending, it's the show, like I had the feeling with like Erased and a few other anime where you just finish it and you just feel like kind of drained and just like out of it for the next while.
Well, it was like halfway through it, I like legitimately just started crying.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even because it was so sad. It was just like, it's done now.
It was just so good. Yeah.
It was
I don't know. The ending was messed up. Like everybody dies.
Yeah. They get eaten.
They get freaking eaten.
The last group with
Yeah.
that pink, the chef pink lady, they willingly
Yeah.
get eaten.
Yeah.
Like Apta, and it's just like, what the frick?
And it kind of makes sense. It's kind of messed up. It's like, it's just the whole story about the world of the Abyss, that the Abyss is such an awful place,
Yeah.
but also such a like, it has such extreme highs and lows where it's like the best things happen in the Abyss, the like fun adventure, the amazing things you get to see, and the very worst things happen.
Yeah.
And it's such a cool like dynamic of that. And so everything that happens, you never feel like, oh, Fapt is such an awful person for killing them all, or the one what's the guy's name?
Oh, the touched by God guy.
Yeah, the like prophet guy
Yeah.
is like super awful because he manipulated or like stole their children. Like everybody, you're just kind of like, they were kind of justified in what they did.
Well,
The
even
Abyss
the guy
just
in the
screwed them
armor. What's
over.
this guy in the armor name? The best dad in the world. What's his
Oh,
name?
Bondrude.
Subaru.
Yeah.
They don't even hate Bone Drew.
Yeah.
It's
Bone-
like they talk about him just like he's just like another guy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, he did things to you that would
was
get him
so awful,
arrested
yeah.
and killed.
He was the best dad ever. What do you mean?
I know.
He took care of his daughter
He's
so
such a
well.
good- I know. His parenting transcended laws.
I wish to be. Whenever
His
I
parenting
go to sleep
transcended
at night
morality.
and I think about being a parent, I think to myself, man, I wish I can at least be half as good as both.
I know.
Well, yeah, but it's just the point of, I don't know if they accepted that there's like no morality in the pit, or
In
if
the pit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's
These-
crazy.
It's a crazy show, and I'm ready for season 3 or another group of movies. I don't care.
Yeah,
I
I
just need
think
more.
I think that they're pretty close to the manga, so I think it might be a while.
That sucks.
Yeah,
But hey, at least we got new anime now, which
Yeah.
is freaking sick.
we do. We have lots of new shows. We
Yeah.
got
I just want
Mild Psycho. I've been rewatching ReZero. That's the
Yeah.
other thing I have been watching with my girlfriend. Rewatching ReZero. It's so great. I love Echidna so much. It just every time
The chat
it
is
gets
so amazing.
to the parts with Echidna, it just blows my mind. Like all the witches are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like rewatching it. I like all the witches. They
Yeah.
all have like their own deal and they're kind of cool. And you're like, they seem like antagonists, but they're
Mhm.
actually kind of like helping the main character and stuff. Echidna's motivations are the coolest thing in the world because how it twists like the idea of greed is just she wants everything. So
Yeah.
she wants knowledge and understanding of everything that's happening. And Subaru gives her that so much because he dies and repeats over and over again. And then her like the struggle that they have, the way that they talk, just everything Echidna does is so interesting and cool. And like there's just that one scene where the camera like spins around her where she has her arms open.
That's
and
a
just like
great scene.
explaining to Subaru like, this is exactly what I'm offering you. I will help you get through every single thing, and in exchange, I will take your soul basically.
And you're just like,
I want all your experiences. I want your life. That's all. Like she basically she wants like to be married to him basically, but for the worst like reason.
Yeah.
Just for like selfish like curiosity. And it's so interesting that like they want something that's totally fine and understandable, but for an awful reason. And it's just such a cool like motivation and reason for doing things. And it makes the characters so interesting and complex because they're not just like an antagonist that stands in his way. It's like this person's trying to help him, and yet they're still an antagonist because of how he fights against them. Like everybody's like
no,
that.
what I
It's
enjoy
so
is
cool.
there's not really an antagonist. It's more if he's fighting against the world.
Yeah.
Like really his only antagonist is himself.
Yeah.
That
It's
is
amazing.
true. Like even the true like actual violent antagonists like Elsa and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like in a way, they're not.
Well, no one is targeting Subaru,
Yeah,
which
nobody's
is what's
targeting
amazing.
Subaru.
Yeah.
Like Elsa, I think even at the end, like technically, if he wanted to, he could go on with the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is like Elsa is killing people that he loves. So
Yeah.
that's when he does like fight against the world.
And that's the other thing is one of the things that Echidna says is like, you will sacrifice just your life over and over again,
Yeah.
but I will help you get through this thing. And this is when he's finally deciding that his life has value, even though it really doesn't. And so,
Yeah.
and like how it affects him.
Well,
So
it's
he-
also this is also the time when he realizes that technically, in theory, whenever he dies, he's still leaving.
There
people
is
behind.
Yeah,
a
the world's still
possibility.
going
Yeah,
on.
that's a possibility.
Yeah,
Because they
he's-
don't say for sure if that's what's happening, but they're saying
Right.
that is a possibility.
and he's
that's
dealing
what's
with that fact that
Yeah.
that could be happening. Like he's seen those visions and stuff.
Yeah, it might
It's
not be
like-
time travel. It might just be like universe hopping.
Yeah.
And so when he was confronted with that idea, it breaks him so much because
Mhm.
it's like, oh, I was saving everyone. No, you're only saving yourself. So at this point, he's wrestling with that. And then Echidna's like, all you have to do is sacrifice your life over and over again. We'll figure it all out and I'll be there to help you. And he goes, no, I'm going to stay alive and fight for my own life and save everyone and not use your help. And she's like, wow, that's super greedy. It has like a big smile on her face. And it's like, I love Echidna. She doesn't get mad. She doesn't fight him. She's just like, yeah, that's cool.
That's like basically no one gets mad at him. They just
Yeah.
like go like, all right, we're gonna fight this guy.
Yeah.
I love it. Like even a Rosewald.
Yeah.
He doesn't get mad. He's like, all right, so I see this is how it's gonna be. One
Yeah.
person gets mad at is Ram because Ram burns the book and he's like, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's such a good show, man. Roswell is so good too.
I kind of
It's
want to
such a cool
rewatch it now.
antagonist.
I want to rewatch it now.
It's weird. I have a list of anime that I need to watch.
Screw them all. We're watching ReZero. Let's
There's
go.
so
But then
much
I also
that
have a
happens, too.
rewatch list that's also a mile long.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
There's so much that happens in ReZero. Also, it's super heavy. Like I rarely watch more than one episode at a time because you watch an episode, you're like, ugh.
I really enjoyed watching it episode by episode when it was.
Yeah.
When it was releasing, it was
It
amazing.
was
Like
so much
I
fun.
would, that was when I was doing my allied security stuff, so I didn't like really have a job on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So I was like, Weez, did you watch the
Yeah.
ReZero thing? He's like, yeah, I watched it. Did you watch it? Like, yeah. And Boom's just like, I didn't watch it. Yeah.
It's kind of fun watching it like this now because it's not just like weekly. So like connecting the episodes more because it was
Yeah.
like one episode, wait a week, and then it's like next episode. And so now like seeing the connection, how all the episodes connect better with like this episode ends and then comes up here.
Yeah.
Whereas watching it weekly, it was kind of like these individual events like spread
Yeah.
out. So it's a little bit different rewatching it, but it's so good. It's just like some of the connection of the plot is coming together more for me, but the themes and all that stuff is just as good as the first time. It's so
beautiful.
amazing. There's also so much that happens, and because he relives this one area over and over and over again,
Yeah.
you forget what sequence the things happened.
Yeah.
Because it's like the part where he gets rescued and told he's a friend by Otto is like so far at the beginning, and then like
Yeah.
Amelia's backstory is like so far at the end, and it's like you forget all these moments and what their sequence is because it all kind of happens in the same like chronologically. It's all like happening at the same time.
Well, I think it's amazing. Every now and then, even he will forget the sequence in which things have happened.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because he like say something like, what are you talking? It's like, oh, that didn't happen this time.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm like, are you okay?
yeah, it's so cool.
Well, if you think about it, there's been times, and they kind of do a compilation of it, where he dies so many times,
Yeah,
where that man is fricked up.
he is.
Yeah.
That man will always be fricked up.
Yeah.
And
Like-
nobody else knows it.
Like the butler, he was like, you've seen death many times,
Yeah.
but you're so young. And he's like, yeah, you don't want to know half the things I've been through, old
I
man.
love Subaru too because he never really progresses.
Mhm.
He's always kind of going back and forth. And it's interesting because it's like he has this major underlying problem of feeling like he's not worth anything.
Yeah.
And partially it's because the world is telling him that he's not worth anything. Because when he dies, he just
Right.
resets.
Yeah.
So the only thing that makes him special and gives him value is that he can die, which is so awful. So that's when he's just like, oh, I can't solve this problem. I kill myself. I restart.
But
And
then
that,
the problem
like,
with that is like nobody around him has any faith in him
yeah.
whatsoever.
So that like mental like strain on him is so awful where it's just like, oh, I can just die and restart. But it still bothers him. It's not like he's completely off of that. So he kind of deals with that. And but like he also develops with it because he gets the backstory with his family and sees how they like value him and how all the people around him value him and stuff. But then it never really changes him. Like he still just feels like he's worthless.
Well,
it's really interesting because some people it's annoying because they're like, he never progresses. There's no character development.
Yeah.
But there is, it's just really super slow and it's really realistic.
yeah.
It's a super focus on insecurities and like feeling worthless and stuff. And it's how it actually plays out where it's not just like, oh, I learned people like me, therefore I have value. I am fine now. It's like he constantly deals with it because you don't just get over it once you like realize. You don't have someone say, I love you. And then you're like, oh, I'm all better. I'm all fine now. Thank you. And like there are definitely places for both kinds of stories where it like gets quickly through development and just like focuses on this one problem for like 50 episodes.
Well, it's more like Subaru's been dealing with this like way before he was incarnated in this world. Like we saw in the first episode, we saw that he was obviously depressed and not really doing so great. And then we get the sneak peek in season two of this man's dropped out of school in general for a bit now because he doesn't feel like he's worth going to school.
Mm-hmm.
So there's obviously some sort of issue going on with this man.
Yeah.
One of the hardest things in life to regain once you've lost it is self-confidence and self-worth.
Yeah.
Because the mind is your biggest enemy to anything you do. It will convince you of the worst possible sequence ever.
Yeah.
Like it will tell you are the worst singer, you are the worst dancer, you're the worst actor.
Yeah.
Whatever you try to do for fun in life or as a profession, it will tell you you're horrible at it. And it will show you somebody standing right next to you that's way better than you.
Which is why I think it's great that the show, like, it seems to emphasize that Subaru is his own antagonist.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it because that's the way it is.
Yeah.
I
He's
also
his own
love
worst enemy.
how simple, like, you can relate to him because he's so basic. There's nothing special about him, like, almost at all. But then his struggles are so insane, notched up. So you're like, he's dealing with these insecurities and, like, problems believing in himself already. On top of that, he's dying constantly, living through these horrible tragedies and, like,
the
resetting and the pain and, like, all this stuff over and over and over again. And so it's so fascinating where it's like, it's so much on him that he's really impressive for being as strong as he is.
Yeah.
And then just the balance of, like, sometimes he just his mind just, like, breaks completely. And then someone has to, like, come and give him some encouragement. So he kind of, like, snaps out of it. And then he's like, I'm okay now. Even though he's never really okay during, like, any of the times. Like, he always feels like he's on the edge of just breaking his mind. But he'll also just be like, okay, I'm all good. This is what I need to do. And it's pretty crazy.
And that makes it way more realistic.
Yeah. Because he never loses his fear or his, like, trauma or anything. It's just he deals with it better sometimes.
Yeah. You see, you can tell he has a facade going on the entire time.
Yeah.
The only time he partly drops it is when you realize that Echadna understands him and she knows that he's going.
There's, like, those little moments like that. There's one where what's his name calls him a friend, and it's like, why would you do this for me? And he's like, because you're my friend, so of course I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
and then he's like starts laughing and he's like, oh, of course that's why you would do that. Like, he couldn't even comprehend why he would do something for him.
Well, he couldn't comprehend that someone would see him as a friend.
Yeah,
was the biggest issue.
So it's like that moment because he always is so focused on saving everyone else that he, like, can never save himself. So it's pretty interesting. It's so complex too because it's not just a basic story of love yourself. It's like he wants to take care of everyone else too, of course. And so it's not just like screw other people, take care of yourself. It's like such a interesting balance of all the stuff he has to deal with.
I would say Subaru is one of the best protagonists in probably modern day anime.
He's one of my favorite. I really like Subaru.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't like him and think he's just like fine or whatever, but there's a lot of depth to him and he's a very realistic character.
The biggest
I really like
complaint
him.
was from season 1, and everybody complained that he had no character development.
Yeah.
But as we just talked about, the character development is so slow
Yeah.
and so realistic that it's not the obvious, I just gained the ability of friendship.
Yeah.
I will go defeat Demon Knight.
I don't think people realize that, like, usually in anime, throughout a season, it goes on like months to years.
Mhm.
We've gone through like maybe 3 months in
Yeah.
ReZero
Yeah.
with 2 seasons
Yeah.
Also,
because he just relives the same day
Yeah.
over
Well,
and
and
over and over.
that's the problem. Not the problem, but that's the
The
odd
beauty of it.
part
Yeah.
of, well, ReZero.
Yeah.
Is like you just said. In all actuality, I don't even think it's been months. I think it's been like a month.
yeah.
I just
No,
Exaggerated.
technically it's been a couple months because they had the OVA, which was in the winter.
Yeah,
And
I
then it
guess
got
they like
spring
time
again.
skipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's been a while.
ReZero is
but-
also like a massive story. When you watch the first season by itself, you're like, okay, that was fine.
Yeah.
When you realize this is the first small section of like a massive overarching story, you're like, oh, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really
It's
great
such
show.
a good show. Yeah. Subaru is such a great protagonist. Like, some people, you have to understand what the show is before you watch it. Because if you think of it like, oh, this is like a weird concept where the world is kind of brutal to him, he thinks he's going to be like a normal isekai protagonist and he's not. And then he has to figure out these problems. And it's kind of like half a detective show as he's like trying to figure out what's happening and where,
Yeah.
and then getting the people to the right place to like fix it, and then him like interacting with people. But like, it's not about that at all. It's all about Subaru's like journey emotionally. And so once you figure that out, it's like, it's so focused on Subaru. Then you watch it and it's like, okay, I know what I'm expecting. But as soon as
Right.
you're like, Subaru's an idiot, why doesn't he just do this? It's like, that's the point. He's an idiot.
yeah.
And that's why he sucks and is not doing
Well,
things.
The show, it's like the show basically is letting us, the viewer, look at Subaru and then also see what's going on around Subaru. But Subaru doesn't notice that.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you were put in his situation. Like, would you notice the things that we're noticing
Yeah.
while watching him?
No.
Mhm.
More than likely not. No.
It would be like,
And he really does start to like figure things out. Like, he's
Yeah.
not a complete idiot where he's just like bumbling through it. He's like trying to figure things out, but there's just so much that's going on and he's so overwhelmed by everything.
Once
that
he's
like,
he's a really smart guy. It's just all the stress and everything just keeps on getting piled on him.
Yeah.
It's hard for him to figure things
a
out.
lot of times he doesn't even know if his return by death is going to still work too.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning. Later on, he talks to Echidna and she's like, it's probably going to last forever. It's probably never going to go away. But like
Yeah.
in the beginning, he's like, oh crap, I did it like 3 times last time. Am I going to actually die this time?
Yeah.
And so he's got that on top of him. He's got so much uncertainty. He doesn't know anything. He's like trapped in this world. And then he screws up an interaction, like seems to know too much. And people are like, you're a witch cultist, die.
Yeah.
that's rough too. Like,
Also,
you
he
can't win.
smells like the one witch
Yeah.
because she gave him the power.
Yeah.
So
So like everyone's suspicious of him. They're like, you smell like this person, but
yeah.
like the first time he met the one wolf guy.
yeah.
And like he was all friendly with him. He put him up for the thing to do the trial. And the next time he like plays, he's like, I know everything. We can speed run this. And,
Yeah.
like, you're way too suspicious. We're gonna kill you
Kill you.
instead.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
And he's like, what? This didn't happen.
It's
last
like-
time.
It's like if someone on YouTube had to speed run a game and then they went to do that, and instead of it working out the way it's supposed to, the characters of the game were just too suspicious of him knowing everything.
Yeah.
And that's what it kind of feels like. Like, what would happen if the people in the game were real people that you were trying to speed run through? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I know the answers to everything already, but we just met.
Yeah.
But I know everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
we
someone
gotta
just
kill
like
this one.
walked up to you and like told you what your like biggest fears and problems are, and then
Yeah.
try to like fix you, you'd be like, "What the heck?
Yeah.
Stay away from me!"
I'd be like, stay back, Satan.
Yeah, it's like demon.
But like, so it's great to watch him like go through it first and like do it great, and then die to some stupid reason.
Yeah,
And then die because he knows too much.
he also dies from such random bullcrap too.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, "Oh, I was asleep for too long. Hey, it's winter. Rabbits." It's like,
Yeah.
where does this come from?
How do I stop this from happening?
Yeah. And now it's like, okay, I have to save this. I have to help Amelia with the trial. I have to stop the freaking rabbits from killing everyone.
Some of the scenes in season 2 are great. Like
They
Amelia when she got like possessed.
Oh yeah, when
by,
she went psychotic by the one witch.
Yeah, and it's just like you see it in her eyes, and you just see Subaru dying as he's staring at her eyes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
And he's just like, this is the worst possible outcome. Emilia wouldn't talk like this, and he's just like freaking out.
Didn't he kill himself in that one?
No, he died of blood loss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say there was one
that
where, like,
one
stabbed himself with the glass
in
in the neck.
I think I think I just watched it. The bunnies came, they killed Roswald, and he ran. It was like the second time they killed Roswald, I think. And
he was
ran
hurt.
to Emilia. Emilia was in the thing, and that's why she wasn't killed. But she was going psychotic, partially because of her trial that she could never get through. And then he just like sits. That one is the most horror movie ending. It just like flashes to his body that has chunks taken out of it and stuff. And then she's like, everything's okay. I love you. I love you. And he's like,
yeah. See, that one was the one that hit the hardest because it was just like he went through hell to get to her.
Yeah.
And at that moment, he realized that he was too late.
Yeah.
It was just done.
She broke. He broke. Everything was just. Yeah.
And then it zooms out to just the snow outside.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh frick, this is like The Shining, and I don't like
bunnies.
I love the first time we meet the bunnies, and like it ends with just the sounds of the rabbits eating him.
Yeah,
oh god,
so
yeah,
brutal.
that's great.
It was amazing. He's like, wow, this is like that was the. I think
my
that's my
girlfriend
favorite
hates
ending.
that scene because they always like flash back to it, like when they're going through the things. She's like, not the bunnies.
Well, that was like my favorite ending to the show because like it was so tense because we had to wait for the next week when we watched.
Yeah, I know.
It was like, dude,
like,
I just watched this man get eaten by rabbits, then it like cut to that.
Well, it's like he didn't just get eaten by rabbits. There's the zombie death scene where you see like a zombie like bite somebody's arm, and then the rest of them pile on. And you just hear him scream, and you hear them munch. Like you watch this man, he pulls up his shirt, and there's bunnies running through his stomach.
I got the joy of explaining that to my girlfriend too. I'm like, you see those like, you know how there's like bumps in his skin? That was Bunny's inside of him eating.
Yeah,
and she's like,
oh my god.
Well, didn't the one like eat through his chest?
Yeah. There you can see like bumps and like movement because they're all just eating him, and then one like goes up and just bites his eye.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so brutal.
You see it like you're watching it through his eye.
Yeah.
And it just like goes to black and you hear the scream. And
I love
like,
the Witch of Gluttony. And he's like, well, like, why did you make this thing? He's like, oh, because then they're an infinite food supply. And he's like, but they freaking eat everybody. And it's like, it's not fair. You would want to eat them, but not have them be able to eat you.
Well, it makes sense in like her mind. It makes sense.
It's like, dang, that's kind of fair. It makes sense, but it's so awful.
Yeah. You're spitting facts, but I don't like those facts.
I like your moxie kid,
It's
but
so
I'm not
great.
like your spunk.
Like the reason everyone does things, you're just kind of like, it makes sense. When you're that detached from humanity, you're a witch. It makes sense that you would think that way.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's so great.
It's a great show. We'll probably have to do like
there's our fanboy over ReZero again. ReZero and
Steins Gate. We got a fanboy that every now and again.
That's kind of like the main reason we started the podcast is because the show's like
it's like me and Weez would literally stay up. Like I'd go to drop them off, and then we'd sit there for like another hour, maybe 3,
just
4,
talking
just
about
ReZero, like ReZero alone.
I know there's so much to it. It's so cool.
But I have to interrupt because we're gonna do a quick ad break.
And
we will be back. I kind of want to talk about some of the anime that are coming out this season.
Yeah, we should do a thing about all the new seasonals. We should check them out and see what's coming up.
Yeah, we can
talk about what we're gonna watch and what we're gonna skip.
Talk about what I've already read.
Yeah, right. I got a feeling I'm watching one that you've already read, but we'll see. Anyways, we will be back.
Ad time. And we're back.
We are the Backstreet Bakas. Da 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 da.
Very nice. We are going on to our next thing, which we're going to talk about is the upcoming fall season, which has already started. A few shows have aired already. The first episode of Chainsaw Man, which I have not yet watched.
I have read the entirety of the manga up to chapter 99.
Dang. Mob Psycho 103, which I'm super excited for, but I want to binge watch the first 2 seasons again because I need to remember it, and it's so good. Spy Family is continuing, which I have watched all of the new episodes of Spy Family.
Me too.
And it's hilarious.
I'd say it's better than the first part.
And it's just amazing. The dog is great. Anya's line of like, when Yord crafts into Crafter, he takes a long time or whatever.
Anya's lines have killed me those last couple episodes.
The dog is insane. Just the voice that they put to him is just, they didn't even try. It's just some random guy just going "Borf."
Yeah.
It's so funny. The dog's great. There's like the whole there's the new thing of the dog is also like a telepath that can see into the future. Anya can read his mind to see what's going to happen, and then she's like trying to change it. So that's going on.
Oh, the bit that they did where they show the clock and it's dinging at noon.
Yeah.
And then she gets to Times Square and she looks at the clock and it's like, okay, it dings. When does it ding? It's at the 7. It's like, wait a second. I can't read
time. And it's such a great parody of like spy and like thrillers and stuff, where it's like the classic trope of when the clock hits this, the building's gonna explode or whatever. And so Anya's like, I know when it's gonna happen. Wait a second, this hand goes, I don't know how to read it. Then walks over to the other guy. When does the clock go boing?
Yeah, the boing.
And he's like, oh, that'll be in 30 minutes. Okay, thank you. We have 30 minutes.
And I love, so in the dub, they try their best to do the subtitles correctly, but you can tell she's using a very childish form of Japanese.
Yeah.
Where in this, when you're reading the sub, they'll be like, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That. Just like, oh, that's so cute.
And yeah, like she slurs her words a lot and stuff. Yeah, it's so funny because then she's like, oh no, we only have 30 minutes. And then she's running and she's like, wait, how long is 30 minutes?
Yeah. And then she's like, it's gone from the 6 to the 7. Is that like 7 minutes? We only have 7 minutes left. It's like, what?
It's such a great like love letter to like spy thrillers and stuff. It's
Mob Psycho 100. I need to watch the rest of it. I finally got permission from you to binge it.
We watched the first couple episodes. It's so good.
Boku no Hero Academia. My Hero Academia season 6 is out. I guess it's good. It's been good every season.
Nice.
Like people that watch it. Yeah. I mean, you got your people that hate it because it's My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
And then you have their people that watch it and it's like, it's good. You have Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War.
2 Bones anime with a Mob and My Hero coming out at the same time.
That's true.
Blue Lock, I've heard is like, I don't know, it seems to be hyped. It's some soccer anime.
You know what it reminds me of? The scenes I've seen of it is
like Haikyuu.
Dead Man Wonderland.
Oh, really?
So it's got like this, you can tell they have like neck braces, so it's got this like...
Oh, it's a prison.
It's a prison, but they're having to play for sports?
Soccer prison thing? Okay, so it's one of those weird anime.
Yeah, it reminds me of Dead Man Wonderland.
Huh. So it could be good. It could suck.
You have To Your Eternity Season 2. I guess Season 1 was really good. I didn't watch it.
Was that the show that was like super depressing or whatever?
It was like at first I thought it was like one of those weird like growing up story things that had like a weird supernatural thing, but I guess there's a lot more to it I didn't know about.
Huh.
Because I thought Season 1 was going to tell the whole story.
There's a Mobile Suit Gundam movie or something.
No, it's actually a new show.
Oh, is it? Nice.
People are mad because the 2 main characters are, I think, married, and they're both women. So, you know, anime watchers.
Weird.
Yeah.
Seems like they'd be excited about that after
I know you get
people gave death threats from Lycoris Recoil.
Lycoris Recoil. It's like, we want Yuri. Mobile Suit Gundam. We have Yuri.
Yeah.
We don't want Yuri.
No, it's as soon as they're married, then they're like, the fantasy's dead. I'll never get married.
They can't get NTR'd if they're married.
Yeah, then there's a bunch of garbage. There's really not that much this season. Like, people are hyping up this season a lot, and it's because there's like 4 really good shows.
Eminence of Shadow. Pyrolus.
Yeah, I've read that one. It's amazing. I've read so far. I'm looking through.
This is the one where the guy's trying to get so strong that he can help the main character. Yes. This should be good if they adapt it.
If they adapt it properly, because the manga is amazing. If they adapt it
Might check it out.
It's Okabe, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that all the time. So this guy, instead of like Okabe putting on the farce that he believes it, this guy truly, honestly believes it. Like he's
this is the guy
great.
right where he's like, I am invisible to all damage except for nukes. And I must withstand a nuke, right? That's his
goal was to withstand a nuke, and then he gets like I think basically he realizes he's too noticeable as a big muscular buff guy, so he decides like, no, I gotta slim back down. So he slims back down. I think he gets like hit by a bus or something. And then he gets reincarnated and he's like, I'll become the shadows of this world. And he proceeds to do just that. And he's going off on these crackpot theories like, the organization is going to attack us at this specific location, this specific time. And then it happens. Like, he's so wise. Like, yes, they don't know I'm pulling all this out of my ass.
That sounds amazing.
Like, there's this one scene where like he somehow gets involved with the princess and accidentally saves her. But like he's pretending like he's like putting on airs and stuff, and she like looks at him, and the question was, she like drops down coins and says, I want you to pick those up. And he looks at her and replies, do I really look like the kind of guy who would do anything for money? And she looks back at him and says, yes. And he's like, absolutely. And starts like picking up the coins.
Oh, that's great.
It's amazing. I love it. It's a good manga. If they adapt this well, the anime is going to be very well.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Another one I saw a lot of promotional stuff
it's on
for.
High Dive. Nice.
Yes, it is. And the other one I watched that's also in High Dive, but I saw a lot of promotionals for that's pretty good, is Reincarnated as a Sword.
Yep, this is really good. I am very up to date on this manga.
The first episode is great.
I love it.
I like how he freaks out at first that he's a sword.
Yeah.
And then instantly just sees like his potential and he's just like, oh, frick yeah, I'm going to become the best sword ever.
Yeah, and he proceeds to do that until he gets stuck in a rock. He's like,
yeah.
Fuck. I love it. It's amazing.
He doesn't get stuck in a rock. He gets stuck in this like clear.
In like an alt. Well, no, what it happens is like, there's a slot there. I wonder if I can rest on that. Oh no, I'm being sucked dry of all my mana. I'm stuck here. That's what happens in the manga. There's like
because in the manga he wakes up and he's in the pedestal, and then he gets attacked by goblins. He kills the goblins, and then he starts flying around, getting more and more powerful. And then eventually he just lands in this one open, desolate area. And he's stuck in the ground because for some reason the ground just sucks up all of his mana.
I may be wrong. Let me double check my sources.
I think you are, because I don't know why they would change that bit. But anyways, Fran, the little black cat that picks up
the adorable little black cat.
She is adorable and must be protected at all costs.
Okay, the first 2 episodes of The Eminence in Shadow are out.
Are they?
And the next one will be coming out October 19th.
Nice.
Very cool.
I guess they're also remaking this really old anime. Yurusei Yatsura?
That's like a really classic show, I feel like.
Yeah. So I don't know. I haven't seen much news about it.
I know. I feel like this kind of thing is more popular in
Japan.
Japan, yeah.
But like, I don't know if they're doing a remake of it or if they're like just remastering it. I don't know. It's weird.
Or maybe adapting more.
Studio David Production
or whatever.
Poor David.
David Production. Dang.
Poor
They
David.
did JoJo.
Did they?
Yeah.
Poor David. He has to animate all that by himself.
Oh, everything.
He's pretty good at it, though.
That's true.
Another one that I watched that's coming out, well, not watched, but read is, well, this is on season 3. I don't think I might not have gone that far, but Mari Mashita Mukun. I read most of the manga of that.
Is that Welcome to Demon School?
Yeah, I kind of dropped it for a bit because it started getting, I don't know. I kind of fell out of it. I might start reading again, but when I started it, that was pretty decent. Something, I don't know, kind of hit wrong with me. So I don't know, it just became uninteresting, basically.
Yeah.
This is one of the few animes I didn't want to watch just by art style alone.
The manga isn't that bad. I don't know. When it comes to reading, I don't mind art style too much, but when it comes to anime itself, it's kind of different.
Well, just some of the character designs, I just don't like them.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
also
seems too random.
Call of the Night, I'm almost finished with. I have 1 episode of that left to go.
Man, I thought I was gonna really like that show, but I watched the first episode and I can't bring myself to watch any other one.
Someone told me that it starts out as like this love story, like him just hanging out at night, and it turns into a battle shonen.
What?
Yeah. That's one of the comments on my video. Is like, he's like, yeah, it starts out as like this weird love like story, and then it kind of turns into like a battle shonen with kind of like a love subplot.
So I've also read Futoku no Guild, which is basically about this guy. Like in this world, it's based around monster hunters clearing out areas and making stuff safe. This guy, so it's an ecchi one. Well, this guy is really good at his job. He's like 22. He's been doing it since like 14. But he doesn't want to do it anymore because he wants to get laid. And he's like, I want to go to school and like get a girlfriend, get laid or something. I'm sick of this thing. And he has to train up new people to take his spot. So that's his goal of the thing. Well, he's training girls and they all suck. Really bad. They suck really bad at their job. So he's like, gosh darn it. And then they start slowly, each and every one of them start slowly gaining feelings for him. And he's just like, I just want to get out of here and get laid. That's my only goal. And they're like,
that's great.
But like it gets to a point where he starts noticing their feelings. Like, yeah, no, you guys suck at your jobs.
So speaking of a really relatable character, so Chainsaw Man, I watched the first episode of it and I read probably the first, I think 20 or 30 chapters of the manga.
Nice.
Denji is like one of the most relatable, like modern, like protagonists.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Subaru is, where he is so freaking poor that all he wants to, his goals in life.
He sold his eye and his left kidney, was it? Right kidney?
Kidney and a testicle.
Yeah.
And his goal in life is he's got two main goals at the start of the show, in the start of the anime.
Yeah.
To eat bread with jam and to go on a date with a girl.
Yep.
That's his two goals. It's like, it makes him like really relatable.
Those used to be my two goals.
Well, it's like a lot of shonen.
You still haven't gotten any jam.
I haven't gotten any jam.
Sad.
A lot of shonen protagonists, like they have these high and lofty goals.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to become Wizard King.
Yeah.
I'm going to become like the head of pirates and whatever. I'm going to find the One Piece. This guy just wants bread and jam.
I love
he'll be happy.
I love when there's just simplistic goals like that. And Annie, like, I just want to have a happy life where I am moderately self-sated.
Yeah.
Like, same dude. Legit.
Yeah. It's like a One Punch Man just being like, I just want entertaining fights.
Yeah, like I just want to have some enjoyment out of life.
Struggle.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Well, there's something about that makes me, I don't know. It obviously it's used to make it relate to more common people.
Yeah,
but it works. Like it makes me. It's like that's like legit.
It's also kind of abnormal. Like
in
most stories, they make a character that's like, this is going to make people interested. So every once in a while,
it relates to people that want to become movie stars at that point.
Yeah,
but there's so many people that's just like, man, I just want to buy my groceries and have money left over to spend on a game or something.
Man, I just want to have enough money that way I can support my cocaine addiction without financially harming my family.
Exactly. Simple goals like that.
Exactly.
Like, I don't see why that's so hard. Yeah, every week I fail at it.
It's so sad.
I mean, if you want to snort 12 pounds of
leave me alone, I don't have an addiction.
The back of my toilet has a hole in it from the chopping.
So we here at Baka-Talk Studios do not condone the use of illegal drugs.
No, but I do need to do back.
As you can see, these are the effects.
Call me up if you got a new toilet lid.
All right, I'm gonna read like 30 more manga real quick.
That's how you read so much manga. That makes sense.
You know what, my man?
You're just like, oh yeah, this show is great. It's like, it kind of sucks. Here, take this. Oh, this show is amazing.
I snorted on my phone while reading. I was like, oh, this manga is amazing. I read all of it.
All right, we're going on this detour, so I want to go to this way.
Drugs are cool, kids.
The most recent interview from Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He was interviewing the head of Pink Floyd.
Okay.
And the guy was doing a show.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, Joe Rogan with his friends does this thing called Sober October.
Mm-hmm.
Where he can't have marijuana and he can't have alcohol for a whole
goodness.
month. I know.
How is he going to survive?
It almost kills him every month. Anyways, he's like, frick, I want to go watch Pink Floyd. I'm going to go watch Pink Floyd. I can't do that when I'm not high. And he's having this existential crisis interviewing his friends on the podcast. Like, what am I going to do? Like, I can't be sober watching Pink Floyd. And I'm just like, that's rich man problems right there.
That is rich man problems. Man, I wish I had that issue. Like, man, I'm doing sober October, but like, kind of want to get high while watching Pink Floyd. I'm like, man, I just kind of want to go to a Pink Floyd concert.
Yeah. Well, considering it's not Pink Floyd anymore, it's not,
Yeah.
it's the main singer of Pink Floyd. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Johnny Cash.
Along with Ozzy Osbourne, you know,
Yeah.
the two make a 50 cents in there, I think.
Yeah. Michael Jackson's a lot.
Michael Jackson.
He's in there. I'm pretty sure. I think that's who makes it Pink Floyd.
It's just everyone. It's like the all stars, like sports games.
Yeah, I think they're part of that.
Like
Yeah,
everyone.
Heck,
They're the
it's,
backup
it's the whole cast of it's the whole like band of the Jackson 5.
It's like if the Olympics had like a singing competition, and it was just like, okay, here's the group singing competition. We have Michael Jackson.
we should do that for the Olympics. Actually, make
That'd be
singing into
epic.
a sport.
We already do that. It's called America's Got Talent.
No, but like an Olympic
That's
thing.
called American
And, like,
Idol.
If you sing a note wrong, something gets thrown at you.
That would be
Like
sick.
an axe
Yes.
That
from
would
the
be
axe
cool.
throwers.
Yes.
Of like some like people that were like professional at like listening to like the exact like pitch that you're using or whatever, and they could even use it in like microphones.
So you're
and stuff.
saying they're just gonna get a cast of a bunch of podcasts
And then-
just to listen to
Yeah,
people
pretty
sing?
much. And then analyze it and be like, okay, they hit this note well, they did this. Oh, this was risky and they did really well. That's extra points.
No, I want a computer to
Great.
do it. That way they have to like precisely hit certain things and there's no human emotion involved in there. Like reaching out to them.
He
They
also
have to-
he also wants the computer to have the control of the gun that's pointing at
Yes.
you.
And like if they fail, like
oh, say,
they might not
can
get-
you see?
they'll get like shot with like a dart and then a giant bullet falls on them. They're like, oh, that's not so bad.
They're tranquilized, so this won't cause them to seize up and die, and then just a boulder falls on them.
Yeah.
Like they should be fine. But that's their punishment for failing.
That's your punishment for failing, yeah.
And then the other singers see that happen. They freak up on singing, and it's just a chain effect down the line.
And then at the end of it, the last three people standing are the ones that win.
They have to climb on top of the other boulders
In
so
order to get to the
eventually
mic.
there's just a giant stack of boulders.
Your final task is to sing "Happy Birthday" without skipping a
Ah.
It's someone that like is from Zimbabwe or something where their language is completely different from American.
tune. They don't even have a word for birthday.
You
It's
have
like,
to sing it in English. It's like,
oh no!
happy birthday to
That'd be
The
great.
last one's just a Japanese person's like, "Oh, friend."
Yeah.
No, we put like a what can we do? Put like someone from Australia up there and put a Japanese pop song on. You have to sing
You
this.
have this carry
perfectly.
piamu song.
Sing perfectly with the dance moves. We need the dance moves.
Oh
Oh,
no.
crikey, mate. I'm not going to make this one. That was like Irish and Australian. What's wrong with me?
I'm
it's
half
okay.
Irish, half
It's okay.
Australian. What do you think is gonna happen?
He logged it. He logged himself as Australian, but he just was a really bad Irish person.
This ain't going to bloody work, mate.
You see, I'm Irish.
I'm Irish, but I'm talking like an Australian. I'm not doing a carry pan you
I
pan
don't
you
even
song.
know what's
I
going
swear,
on.
boss. I just joined in because I was real drunk.
I
don't
only
even know what a-
speak Spanish.
I don't even know what a carry you pan you is. What is that?
Uh,
What the heck were we talking?
What kind of
about?
alcohol is
Oh,
it?
we were talking about Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, we're talking about
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man and how epic it is. Gonna
because
be.
it has simple things.
Then
like
we
guy
changed-
just
That's
wants to
very
run
relatable.
to music. Yeah.
It was my cocaine addiction.
Yeah,
It's,
you coke.
it's injuring the family already.
It's ruining the podcast.
Yeah, like, that's what it would mean. I just need enough money that way it doesn't harm things like this.
exactly.
How would enough money not harm us?
Next
Uh.
week, okay, I'm saying this on the podcast.
Okay.
Next week we've got to do a tier list
Why are
or-
you saying it on the podcast?
or a
Now we actually have to do it.
what was that? The Hunger Games, like I think.
Oh,
The
frick.
Hunger Games
Those are
was
great. We can just put in some great anime characters. We can have Anya and the dog. Have the
Okay,
dog
you-
dying from like falling out of a tree or something. It'll be amazing.
So we should do the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
We
Right.
can have that as a segment.
That sounds great.
And yeah, that'd be great.
We're totally doing that next week.
We should take the characters from this season's anime and put them in a Hunger Games. And
I
see
don't
who
know
wins.
enough characters from the season though.
Well, we could take the main ones that we watched.
What we
Yeah.
could do is we could, instead of like doing it all in one go, we can like do one line one week and like update it every single time or something. Or would that take too long?
We could. I don't know how well it saves its like thing though. I don't know.
Well,
Boom can just keep his computer on at all
Yeah,
times.
it'll work.
Well, what we could do is they don't take long to do, right? They're like what, 20 minutes?
Probably not
Yeah.
too long.
So what we could do is we could record it,
Yeah.
and then we could split it up however we want. If we want to split it up,
Yeah,
Mhm.
or we could just
And
do it
then-
all in one.
yeah, I could just interject it into the podcast.
Yeah, we could just do whatever sounds the best.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, like it could be a full podcast episode if we talk long enough
That's
about
true.
it. Because
We are the gods of this domain, and it
I
shall be
think we
whatever.
probably
it is.
would make it the
'Cause
full episode.
we'll be like the commentators, like actual Hunger Games is like the
Yeah.
commentator. We're like those
we
people
should
that
do
are like
that. We should just
that
totally
very-
act this
I'm
out.
dressing up.
great like play by
I'll try to find some like Hunger Game-ish music.
by Mob who just murdered like 3 people that he was teamed up with.
This is
Very
gonna be great.
unexpected. Of
It's
Mob.
gonna be a suit dress up party at my house before I come over. Yeah.
So look forward
Guys,
to
something
that.
big is happening. Alucard's going for a walk.
Look forward to that next week
That's gonna be
because it's totally gonna happen. We won't
Watch-
forget.
It's gonna
Okay.
sound like Alucard
Boom
goes
is
for a
gonna
walk
be
in the woods,
editing this and
falls
be
in-
like,
trip.
man, we gotta do that. We gotta set it
I'll-
up. We gotta make it.
I'll add it to the schedule. I actually emptied our schedule on the channels.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We'll have a new schedule.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
Wait,
Woohoo.
I got this. I got this. Is that right? No, that's off. Which button are you? Hello. That's the wrong one. Please don't.
That's too.
That- Yay!
There you go.
Hey, it only took me one try because
Only
I'm
one
totally gonna
try.
edit out the other one.
Totally gonna edit out the other ones.
Yay!
Yay.
Can't even do it as well as it did. Yay! 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 Yay!
Who's the real wheeze?
I think that's the end of this episode of Baka-Talk.
What?
Thank you so much for listening. We've got nothing else to talk about.
What?
We've ran out of subjects. Check
What?
out Baka-Talk Studios on YouTube, where there's a Steins Gate playthrough that we've been doing.
Yeah, we actually did an episode today, Sean. Don't you worry. Don't kill us, please.
Thank you to our one person that
Irolis is afraid of Sean now.
that
I
talks
don't
on
want
the
him
thing.
to hunt me down. I feel like he would.
Check me out where my big project is going to be on
Dude,
KBW
It's
on
10
YouTube.
12 on 10 12 22. Let's go.
No.
us. Time doxing.
Yeah, but I'm totally doxing us by giving us the
You're
time.
doxing
It's-
time travelers that are going to be like, we know that at this time they're recording the podcast. You just have to figure out where the podcast is.
See, I'm
and then
putting
they
this
can
in
time
for
travel.
myself later. That way I know where I'm at while I'm time traveling. So
Ah,
that way I
makes
don't go
sense.
to the same area.
Then you're like, yeah. You're like, I want to go see Boom. And then you're like, oh, wait, I was already there.
10 12 and 10 12. I can't do that. I was
just-
already there.
You just walk through the door right now and just create a paradox. And then we all just like get
Yeah, I just,
sucked
like,
into this time.
So,
loop.
no, I suck into myself.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
And your head explodes.
What is going on right now?
So, anyways, you can check me out on KVW on YouTube. You can also check out Pyrolus at Pyrolus2 on Twitter.
Woot,
Also, Pyrolus Plays on YouTube.
woot. Oh,
Also, you can check out Boom at SirBoom9
Yeah.
on
The Twitter.
the Twitters. Also, you can check out Sir Boom at Talk Baka on Twitter, which is where we talk Baka Twitter podcast Twitter is.
Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Talk Baka. You can also check us out on YouTube, which I already mentioned. And you can email us askbakatalk@gmail.com and send in random things, and we might mention it on the show.
Yeah. Send us random ideas and crap. I don't know.
Tell us what anime to watch this season.
Yes. Tell us like
tell us what anime not to watch. So we can watch it anyway out of spite of you.
Yeah, do that on Twitter too.
I like that idea better. We'll just not listen to the fan base.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you eat that whole tea bag?
No.
Send us an email so we can berate you on the podcast. What else do we have?
I think that's about it.
That's about it. Thank you so much for listening to us. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you in your ears next week. Jamio.
See you all later.
El Sai Kunguru.
Stop eating tea bags.
No, I love them. Delicious.